Hey guys, Chris here with Clutter Reduction. So this is going to be the final part of the junk removal series. This video specifically is going to be talking about pricing, what to expect, how it's determined, a few tips to kind of help save you a little bit of money during this process, the average pricing nationally, and why it's so damn expensive. But right off the back, let's talk about pricing. Now, pricing is typically determined the same way throughout the country, and the main part of it is going to be how much volume your contents take up in the truck. Your typical junk truck, the kind that go up, is usually between 400 and 488 cubic feet, and it's not that much space compared to a moving truck, for example. But most places they usually have around the same amount for how much they charge for that. On top of that, they also have charges for time, and they have surcharges for if you have specific items like appliances or chemicals, paints, TVs, anything that requires a special recycling. If it's going to take more time on their end after they leave your job, they're going to charge you for that time. Going back to the volume of the truck, the broad spectrum is usually about $100 to $800 nationally, and that may sound like a lot, and it is, but you can also get a lot done in that time too. So the unfortunate part of it is a lot of places have $100 limit minimum, and that's, you could be going out to pick up a dining room chair. Maybe the client just doesn't know what to do with it, doesn't have a way of throwing it out. It may cost $100 to get rid of it, and that's the unfortunate side. But if you're having to pay 1 to 2 guys to drive 20 miles out to pick up one chair, they're going to have to make it worthwhile for the company. So just kind of keep that in mind. It's not necessarily a way to rip you off by any means. It's just the cost of doing business and the service. The other things are the time. If you have a medium to large job that may take an hour or 2+ hours, and you have 2 guys working, they're going to want to charge you for that hourly rate, because if the guys are being if the guys are being paid to be there, the company needs to charge you to cover that time. Otherwise, you're going to be cutting into the junk removal price itself, and usually those prices are done to support the company's expenses and to pay out for the disposal fees and truck maintenance, wear and tear. But aside from the crazy pricing, a few ways you can kind of help limit your pricing and save money is by kind of doing the more simple tasks yourself. So let's say you're getting rid of a couple of bed sets. Maybe you have an entertainment center. If you're a little handy, you can take those pieces apart yourself. If they're smaller pieces, maybe bring it out to your front door in one pile. This way, when your guys come, they're not spending all that extra time taking apart a bed set, taking apart the entertainment center, and then having to haul it all over. You may end up saving yourself a half hour time. In addition to that, if you have any small chemicals, maybe just one box full, the company could very well end up charging you $20, $30, $40 to get rid of that. That's something that if you can just put in a box and throw in your car and bring it to the recycling place yourself, you could very easily save that amount of money. Hello. The next thing is average pricing. I would say nationally you're looking at about $100, $800. I'm in South Florida, and I know for a fact between the 3 biggest companies down here, the average is about $118 for your minimum, up to about $739 for a full truck. Now, my prices are all about 30% cheaper than theirs, and I do that because I have a low overhang. I run my jobs myself, and it's a service I wanted to provide at an affordable rate. So sometimes it pays to kind of price match and look between your options. You may end up finding someone that does it $100, $200 cheaper. And to kind of follow up with why it's so damn expensive, well, business expenses. You have taxes, you have bills, you have guys you have to pay, you have workers' comp, you have insurances, you have to pay for the trucks that they use, the wear and tear, the maintenance, you have property taxes, uniforms, everything goes into play. So all these numbers that they're charging you adds up into one big fund and then helps dispute to all that. You also have to keep in mind the company needs to make a profit, just like any other company. And more than not, you're usually paying for the service and the convenience of it, not so much of what it is they're taking. So hopefully this video just kind of gives you a little bit of an insight to kind of help you out understand junk removal a little bit more. If you have any more intricate questions, leave them down in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. Otherwise, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. I plan on putting out a lot of junk removal and moving related videos in the future. Thank you.